the notion that scholars are just objectively pursuing the truth, they're this noble race of people. No. I mean, some of them are noble, I'm sure. There's a very famous book by Kuhn called The Structure of Scientific Revolutions, which was had an extraordinary amount of influence in the academic community, which he showed that human beings are human beings. But if they're scientists, they become attached to a certain paradigm, and even when there's all kinds of contradictory evidence, they've invested their whole careers in that, so they just kind of go down with the ship. And then you get a new generation of scholars. Basically, an old generation dies off, and their worldview dies off with them, and then another view comes in. The great Scottish philosopher David Hume, in the early 1700s, mid-1700s, good old skeptical Davy Hume, he said that he argued that, and there's some truth in this, that people, based on their intuition, based on their attachments, their desires, their hopes, their all kinds of psychological stuff, they become attached to a certain idea, and then they look for, and this is called confirmation bias, and then they look for evidence to support it. And, seek and you shall find. So in psychology and in the sociology of knowledge, it's called confirmation bias, where because you are attached to confirming something, you find the confirmation. I mean, this is even true in relationships. If someone is convinced that, he or she is cheating on me or something, even when it's not true, and then they see all kinds of telltale signs and suspicious, like, why did she say that? Or why didn't he come back on time? And so there is an element in human psychology that kind of will see things in a way that they may not really be, because it confirms something that one is attached to believing, whether it's in the field of jealous lovers or archaeology.